So I was walking through the park the other day and I saw a duck take off. Is that the right word to say?
Take off its clothes?
Yeah, no, like take off.
Duck.
Begin its flight.
Okay, yes.
Right? Did they take off? Is that what they do?
I would say they're flying. Takeoff
Yeah,
is associated with flying. Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like it was in the water, right? And I guess is that the only way they can take off? Is from the water?
No.
No.
Can a duck like do a running start? Like they don't.
Yeah.
They don't even need one. They don't need a running start. I had a pet duck when I was younger.
They need some sort of start, though, right? They can't just
No.
hover off of the ground and
They can lift off.
Yeah.
really.
But like
Okay.
watching a duck take off from water and like how like before they're like fully airborne where the little legs are sort of like just flapping away like on the water but they're
Yes.
airborne but they're still like
They're
Yeah,
like running
yeah.
on water.
yeah they're treading water. I just sat there and just like watched ducks take off like I was at the airport or something like that. Like most people call ducks assholes, but they're pretty cute.
Ducks are awesome. Geese are the assholes.
Geese are the assholes. Yeah.
Yeah, ducklings.
Very cute.
Yeah.
I like the excuse just to put a little ling at the end of a word. Gosling. Little duck.
Ryan
like
Gosling?
Little baby duckling.
Little baby Ryan.
Watching like the kind of the mama duck kind of corral all the baby ducklings and stuff like that. It's so fucking cute.
Mhm.
And it's like, like why are they gonna do that? Like obviously it's
So wholesome.
I'm probably gonna say the stupidest fucking thing ever for a biologist where you say like, okay, yeah, people say animals don't feel or whatever. They don't clearly they do, but maybe they don't have this like the self-reflectiveness as say a human being does, right? But then it's like, well, why put love in there in the first place? Why put this feeling of like kind of come on, little ducklings, come on in here. It's a weird gene that makes good feelings feel good. Anyway, what am I talking about?
I mean, they're brain chemicals, but yeah.
Why do these chemicals make us do this feel good? And why is it not the other way around, right? I don't know. Anyway, this is dumb.
The mysteries of life.
You can get into a long conversation about like women and motherhood and how their brains just like do weird things as soon as they have kids.
Turn off.
No! Man, you were lucky I'm not having my own brain chemical time of the month right now, buddy.
Little Bo Peep.
Oh no.
Okay, no. This is not what I was trying to get into. A friend of mine said, you gotta watch what you say in this podcast, man. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. What I was trying to say is that, there's something about that watching that happening that's a little magical.
Ah,
Oh god.
Transition right into this because we got a lot to talk about today, boys and girls.
we do.
And we're doing our top 10 magical spells. So, tell you what, ducklings, this shit was hard for me.
Oh, I know, right?
This is really hard.
Really?
So what I opted to do was I limited myself just to D&D.
Okay.
So I went through the list and then picked out 10 that I don't necessarily think are in a particular order. I tried to put the ones that I liked a little bit more towards the top end, towards the bottom, but like I feel like I could shuffle them all around. Because in the end, when I was kind of coming up with my list for today's topic, I realized that I was so moved beyond like the concept of magic that's based out of like the F20 systems, and it was really hard for me. Midway through, I was like, oh, maybe I should change and kind of like adapt my spell list to like what I now think what magic is. But was like, no, let me just go with like the spells that people know, magic missile, all that, blah blah blah, and talk about that. Did you guys come up with have any issues when you had to think of this topic for today's discussion?
I decided not to be, or I decided to be system agnostic. So mine's more of a concept like that I see in multiple places, whether it be TTRPG, video gaming, things like that. Things that have worked for my RP, whether or not it was strictly by any specific rule set. So mine are going to be more concept.
Mine are a little bit kind of in between then, because I did mostly Pathfinder stuff, but I also branched off to other things that I thought were appropriate for the conversation. So we shall
Cool.
see.
I'll start with my number 10, and then you guys tell. And by the way, none of us have showed each other our lists.
Nope.
We don't know what we're about to say here, and then we just then yeah, unboxing react video, whatever. So all right, so my number 10 of my top 10 spells is, and you'll see a theme emerge as we go along, is Invisibility. Simple, classic, functional. It's sort of like one of just like, if you think about magic, what's the first thing you kind of think about? Oh, turn it invisible. Yeah. Especially the perverts like me, because then I can go walk in and not even got to use an obscure weave.
Okay.
All right, Police Academy opening.
I love that obscure weave is like a running theme now.
It's so many
part
uses.
of our canon.
Yeah, so Invisibility was my number 10.
I love Invisibility. I think it makes things a lot more tense, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you have enemies that can also turn invisible.
The invisible stalker.
And you have no idea where they are, right? And you got to find other ways of like figuring that out. As a player, I enjoy like skulking around and like stabbing people in the back and things like that. So yeah.
Yeah, for a while as a kid, I thought I could be invisible by putting a sheet over my head, and I just walk around the house and like pretending to be invisible. And people are like, "You're there," and that's not true. Of course not.
You're like my dog peeking around the corner. You can't see me. My body's behind here.
Yeah, but I think they're like, and the whole like the concept of like the invisible man, like in literature and in film and stuff like that, has always been fascinating to me. The original one, like the effects are just amazingly ahead of their time. Yeah, so Invisibility. But Chris, what's your number 10?
My number 10, I put in there for nostalgic reasons, and it is a Fairy Ring Retreat. Do you know this spell?
No.
I mean, I know the kind of like fantasy-esque, but not specifically for Pathfinder.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think it's also named the same thing in D&D. I do think this is a 3.5, like, copy pretty much. But pretty much you create a pocket dimension of your design via like a single entrance invisible portal that's enclosed by a 10-foot circle of toadstools. And for this, you don't need to worry about like comfortable resting conditions or food or and it also has like ghostly servants and that kind of thing. And I guess the reason why I love it is because in our campaign, our witch made one, but skinned it to look like a Swiss lodge with a scary forest in the back, right? And eventually, what's kind of neat is when they got higher level, they used this kind of pocket dimension as the basis to build their own personal demiplane. And it kind of evolved from that, right?
There's a lot of those like hidden pocket dimensions / safe room
like
spells,
mansions, and
they're quite nice. Yeah. The problem is that whenever you go into one of them, Enya's "Sail Away" is playing on infinite repeat.
You're back to the 90s and that one shop in the mall.
Sail away, sail away, sail away.
It should be a requirement. You should make that a requirement in your game, Chris.
Does pose a few problems, of course, right? It creates a resting point, and it kind of takes away some of the danger of the of requiring resources or finding a place to stay that you won't constantly be hunted and things like that. Though it can be dispelled, right? And so they do need to keep someone outside the portal to keep a watch anyways. Yeah.
You don't get to be in the Swiss lodge tonight. Get
out.
Out.
Well, only for a couple of hours, right?
I forgot my keys.
Yeah.
Fairy Ring Preparation H. What was it called?
A ring of red mushrooms.
I had to run it with a fire method, and boy, my fairy ring is burning.
A ring of hem stools.
Yeah, they got toadstools around the ring.
You should seek a doctor.
That's right. My age. Sandra, what's your number 10?
God. Oh, I have create, destroy, water, which I know
Create, destroy,
basically
water.
every system has that as a very beginner level thing,
Poof.
and most
Yeah.
people see it as just like, oh, okay, well then I can make water for the party, and they're not going to like, die of thirst or
Dehydrate.
whatever.
Yeah.
But there's so many things, especially the destroy water part, that depending on what your GM allows for rules, could become so combative as to be literally like body horror.
Yeah, because we're made of water.
Yeah, you know what's made of water? Humans,
Yeah.
animals, everything, right? So depending on what the rules are for how you can, because it's like 10 gallons of water. That's a lot
That's
that
crazy.
you have to play with. And I feel like it's one of those things where it was like, oh, but have it in your toolkit so that you can like, make tea for your party.
You can
No.
grief in Minecraft or whatever.
Yeah.
Create, destroy, lava. Hey, whoa! That's my house.
Yep. But I find that it's like really underutilized. And I would definitely love to see that more in a game. Just be really, really, really creative with it.
Awesome.
I always had a bit of a problem with that spell, though, right?
Oh.
Because you create water, but then if you drink the water and then the effect disappears, does the nourishment you get from the effect also disappear?
Just pee real fast.
Jesus has got the create wine spell. He's always fun for a
I
party.
know, what a badass.
My number 9 is a classic Prestidigitation.
Oh,
I just
look at
love
you.
how functional it is. In a way, it's sort of an overview of how I see magic in general. It's like almost all of these spells are a form of Prestidigitation, but I like how it's just light. I like how it's sort of just the sleight of hand magic. It's the magic spell that all the close up card magicians use and stuff like that. Plus sparkles and light shows and things
unicorns.
like that. Yeah, it's so fun, and like it being creative with making creative uses of the Prestidigitation spell is like what makes playing a low level wizard fun. So my number 9.
I don't think I've ever taken it. I've seen it on every. Yeah, I don't know.
You'd be amazing at the noble kid's birthday party. That's how you get in, man.
Do you have a specific use of it that you enjoy? Like anything that like stands out?
Well, I like trying to just making like less than functional versions of actual spells that might be coming down the pipe kind of thing, right? So I know I'm going to eventually learn Fireball, so I keep trying to like light a lighter that doesn't work as much, and I'm just getting the flickers and things like that. But it's like it's coming, and so like I'm sort of
Okay.
foreshadowing the bigger things that are coming up. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
I love that.
Like it.
What's your number 9, Chris?
All right, I got the speak with animals, plants, undead, etc.
Which we've talked about on the show multiple times. Speak with screaming plants. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Right. It's all about comedy and exploration, right? Right. Giving the ability to speak, you're normally able to opens up a lot of possibilities for world building, alternate solutions, flavor, and definitely comedy, right? So, like, how do your animals speak? Sorry.
Yeah. How do cows speak? They all speak like
Right.
a real posh Victorian accent or something.
Moo.
Did I tell you about that episode from Dr. Katz in the previous episode or no?
I'd love Dr. Katz, but maybe not.
Right, it was an old animated show. It was basically just taking stand-up comedians' routines and then turning them into like that's what they would be saying at counseling.
And eventually he became Archer too, right? The son, right?
I believe so.
Benjamin?
But one of the scenes was like Aquaman. One of his powers is talking with fish, but fish have like a 3-second memory. So it's like, "Hey there, fish, how you doing?" They're like, "Hi, Aquaman," and he's like, "Whoa, what kind of bad things have we seen today?" "Hi, Aquaman." It's just like, man, this spell. sorry. It was more like,
oh no!
Oh no!
He hasn't waterboarded himself in a bit.
Do you always have that bottle by you just in case something comes up?
Yes, I do. The prop bottle
Jake
of water.
can't make his own water. He's gotta have it on hand.
That's right.
But yeah, like you sometimes can play with like what are the motivations of each of these creatures, right? Like what do penguins think about on their day off?
Boy, do we smell? I don't know, but that National Geographic crew seems to be way off. All I can hear is.
Oh no! No, it's back.
Jeez, I really made a mess this time.
All right, I'm gonna stick to the D&D name for this, but vicious mockery. So any kind of like voice-based attack kind of thing, and depending on how good your RP is how effective it is. Like, of course, it's role-based, but you know damn well that if you like really whip out that rap battle, that poetry slam, that like dad joke, to end all dad jokes, that you're gonna win that. So having had that kind of an experience with a previous character, I think anything that has your wit and witticism and your on the fly improv dictate how well you do, that's something everybody should try at least once.
Every use of the vicious mockery spell should begin with a yo mama joke.
Yes. Oh, sorry, you failed. You didn't start with your mama.
The 19th level Lich Lord is standing there like, hey, come on. You know,
what?
She's only been dead for 300 years.
That hurts.
Vicious Mockery, the name for the 3RPG podcast.
Yeah, right.
Your mama's so dry, she makes dad jokes jealous. I
wasn't thinking that was where you were going.
Oh, yeah, oh gosh. My number 8 is Mage Hand.
Jazz hand.
Yeah, it's jazz hand. Mage jazz hand.
You can do it. You can do it.
It's basically like it's the magical equivalent of like having a cat on a shelf. Punk, just like knocking things off of high places.
Okay.
Wow.
Basically, one of the spells that the Jedi has is Mage Hand, isn't it? You know, like get the lightsaber into your hand quickly, zoom, like that kind of stuff is super cool. You know, and so does I guess Indiana Jones' superpower is not Mage Hand as much as Spielberg time, where like time just keeps slowing down and the like the closing door just keeps going back a few feet, where it's almost there. Oh no, it's almost there. No, it's almost there.
The power of editing.
No, it's like when a kid's in an automatic door and it just won't close, and they're like, nope, open again.
My hand is stuck. Oh. Your head's not stuck.
Just step back, Billy.
Yeah, but fun Mage Hand things could just be doing all the, well, now I have the MacGuffin laughs, the super villain. Yoink. No, you don't. Hey, wait a minute. See you later. It's, again, utility, like fun, like all, you can see my list already, I think, from these first 3. So I don't even care about like what dice you roll to do the thing. It's like, what did they add for fun little role play experiences?
Oh, yeah.
And that's why it's my top 10. Chris, what's your number 8?
Number 8, Sacrificial Oath. This is a paladin spell, and this is pretty much like you can touch a single creature, and anything that happens to that creature, pretty much you can take it. So if a spell starts to try to confuse them, it can actually just go to you instead, right? So it's truly taking the brunt of all damage and all effects, which is kind of neat. I like the idea. It's great for like party cohesion. That's why I kind of added this one in here.
It's basically like the passive aggressive mother spell. Oh, well, you come over all the time, and then it never. And like it's just like nothing. Oh, you think you had a bad day? What about my day? Like it takes all the
taking all the
the weight of the world.
Sacrificial mother, then.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Mom. Next Christmas, I'm gonna buy you a giant wooden cross. So when you feel unappreciated for all of your sins, you can climb on up and nail yourself to it.
Jeez.
Suddenly, the ref.
It's from a movie called The Ref. This particular episode is a little bit more laden with heresy than usual.
Yeah, it just is that way. Like, what's the phase of the moon during this taping?
That's a good one. Sacrificial Oath.
Sacrificial Oath. It's just, Yeah, I'll take the damage for you. I'm your buddy.
I'm your wingman. It's like when you do something screwed up and then somebody else goes, no, he didn't do it. It was me. It was all me. Okay, you're fired. No, it was him. How do you turn this spell off?
Sandra,
what's your 8?
Number 8.
Number 8 is Levitate. Ooh.
Number 8 is Levitate.
Yeah.
You did that on purpose.
Did you?
You know, honestly, it wound up being 8, but I definitely accented it. So the obvious is like, okay, you know, there's a chasm, there's a this, you need like some form of slow fall. Levitate works for that. But I actually super like the conflict of, well, your entire party's in danger, and you're just like, levitate, bitches. And you can't help them. Like, you can't extend that to the whole party. So like, do you just go find a new party, or like, what do you do, right? Like, and there's always the option, like, oh yeah, attach a rope, do this. You have utility with that you might be able to help, but there's just something in any time I've seen a character have some kind of like, you're not going to fall to your death ability, or you know, hover or something like that, and they're like, oh shit, there just went my party down to the chasm. Oops.
Where's floating disc when you need it, or whatever? Yeah. Yeah. That is a good one. Levitate is a good one. All right. Yeah, my number 7 is similar to something Sandra already said, which is Vicious Mockery. Yeah, so fun. I just like maybe and adapting it to like summon a small little Greek chorus who like applauds after every one of your singers or something. In conjunction with the kind of Unearth Arcana spell Puppet, which is basically being able to like control the other for a brief moment of time, which in a way Vicious Mockery kind of is, right? So yeah, I no more to be said about that. That's been sort of repeated. So that's my number 7.
All right, your enemy attacks you, and you take piercing or slashing damage, and suddenly the blood from your arm just starts to make a huge like chunk of armor, and that's called blood armor. Visually speaking, it's one of my favorite. I just love the idea of like your blood becoming the thing that starts to protect you. Like, you know, it's just a girl like spikes or like become
It's
like
called
heavy
a
armor.
scab.
No, but it's like a scab that gives you AC though.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. Just love the idea of creating armor out of blood.
I guess they didn't want to call the spell scab because that's like gross. Like
Scabby.
Scabby armor.
I'm Spilly's brother-in-law.
Oh God,
Uncle Scabby.
Yeah, there he is.
Uncle Scabby's here.
Oh
with
no,
my blood armor.
Oh, who invited you to? Get the fuck out of here.
This is again multi depending on your game system, but Glamour, Alter Self, any kind of thing that is just strictly an illusion of you, so that you can go and do like skullduggery, political intrigue, you know, get in and out of a city where you're wanted, things like that. But with the added bonus that every time you use it, I would hope your GM makes you actually talk like that person, act like that person, not just float through a room looking like them, but no, have somebody come right up to you and you're just like, yes, Lord Duncan, of course, you know, and then go off. Because it's a little bit almost like Vicious Mockery in that way, that you actually have to act this and come up with stuff on the fly. But that gives it just another great like improv comedy level of, because you're gonna screw it up and trying to hold your shit together. It's just a lot of good fun.
Now, do these spells also alter the sound of your voice as well, or is that something a separate spell?
So that again, that's like system dependent, but
yeah.
I kind of like just giving that to a player. It's like, dig yourself even deeper with the more you have to carry this act. So I don't see it as a detractor if you let your player actually have the voice, have the everything.
Apparently, Joni Mitchell was using this spell in her problematic early 80s, 90s days.
Jay.
I don't know enough about Joni Mitchell.
Anyway.
I don't understand.
Google it later. Anyways,
Yeah.
my number 6 is mirror image.
Ooh,
Nice.
I love it.
Another one, yeah. Any of the duplicate kind of stuff. This one is more of a spell in D&D for like kind of trying to not get hit for the squishy mages at second level. But I think you could do a whole lot more with that by having that image become something of a double and similar to what Sandra was saying, and like, have it wander around as a doppelganger briefly, even play with that more rather than just being like, okay, you got a 30% less hit chance or whatever the actual stat is. But yeah, another one of those fun RP one that's somewhat underutilized as a 5e skill spell, whatever we're talking about.
I love it's a beautiful visual spell too, right? Where there's like maybe multiple versions of you, and they're just kind of like hacking them down. And they don't know which one is going to be the one that strikes the actual creature.
Also known as like contact half on spell or whatever. Contact lens half on. Why is there or like you're really drunk spell?
Yeah,
the one in the middle. Chris, what's your number 6?
All right, number 6, Vomit Twin. All right, it's.
Please don't tell me he's here.
Oh God. Who invited the Vomit Twins?
Oh, Vomit Twins.
So this is specifically a goblin spell, but I'd like to use it for non-goblin creatures as well. I think that'd be just kind of fun. Where, I chose it because of its shock value, and it's just gross. I just love the idea of just like you vomit forth a disgusting copy of yourself, right?
Awesome.
And that can move around, and at any time you and the vomit twin can switch places.
So oh God, why would you want to though?
No, but the vomit twin could become the real one, right? And then
I know, but if you were in the body of the vomit twin, no.
So yeah, you can instantaneously switch places with your twin. Like almost like a teleport, and it.
Which one of the Olsens is the vomit?
They know the time of your death, Jay.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with them.
I think it's a great spell. I'd love to expand upon it as well. And my party just went through basically a little goblin area in a sense, and I'd love to use that plus like its facsimiles that is like booger twin and earwax twin and like toenail clipping twin, and like just have them all like body like scab twin and like all these like just like collection, but it's use the same spell, but like
it's the same thing, but just literally reskinning using flakes of their skin.
You've encountered the garbage pail kids, and, you got to deal with booger twin for a little while.
Yuck!
Oh. Like one clogged nose twin. Why does it keep switching sides?
I do hate that though in real life about.
Are you my booger twin?
I'm not your booger twin.
Okay.
But you could be.
You could be. Sign here. Why is this pen all sticky? Sandra, what's your number 6?
Mine is, of course, because I've played mages and casters and all sorts of stuff, that polymorph. Not just for your combat ability to limit the odds and to more closely target what you want on the battlefield, but for your party members. I just feel like there's so much fun that if you're gonna have a fight with somebody, that inevitably you turn them into a sheep.
The baleful polymorph, then.
Yeah, I feel like just sticking to a combat scenario really limits how much fun you could have with that spell. So do more with it. Do better.
Yeah, polymorph is a great spell. It's one of those spells that whenever I play like a video game RPG, like those type of spells I really want to take, but I always feel like that, like, and whenever they're useful, they never let them work. And it's just like, oh, come on, man. Like, oh, no, that animal is resistant against polymorph or something. It's like, well, what did I choose this spell for?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just choose the damage ones,
Yeah, but you can't fight Sephiroth and turn him into like a frog, right?
Well, no,
like, come on.
Ethan, you can't do a lot to the biggies, but come on, for all the minions and all the everything else, there's polymorph.
Sephiroth.
Sephiroth. It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
we were going around the house. This is such a tangent, but for some reason, my husband went Dominus, and I'm like, Dominus. that like, again, we're back to like the new age shops, right?
Dominus, Dominus. Is that
we
you're
couldn't
playing
stop.
the Omen soundtrack in the background? No, it's like I just wanted a pizza.
For days, every little thing was Dominus. Oh my god! It just the air is full of silly right now.
Very nice.
My favorite use of polymorph is I turned some of the party members into apples. What can you do as an apple, right?
Set a bunch of pigs loose.
A sentient apple.
Very Douglas Adams, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy kind of thing, right? The spaceship, whenever they go through infinite galaxies, they turn into yarn and sofas and all this kind of crazy stuff.
That's awesome.
I polymorph all of my food that I eat into.
No, thank you.
Whoa.
The top 5. My number 5 is Charm. Yeah, it's awesome. It's kind of sometimes tough for a DM to handle occasionally, I think. Especially it could throw your plans out the wahoo. But what a great spell to play around with, and you basically get to do the kind of the Mission Impossible equivalent of like kind of tearing the face off, but like you're not wearing a mask, you're just controlling this person to do something to infiltrate a place. And then when they come to, they're like, "Wait, no, that wasn't me!" Panic, or something like that.
Why am I in the kitchen? Why did I walk down here?
Yeah, is that cake? What's your number 5 then, Chris?
All right, my number 5. A spell called Synchronicity, and this is from 5e. And I just love this idea. It's kind of like just things work out for you for an hour, right? You pretty much like, we've talked about this before, becoming like Domino from Marvel, right? Just everything works out. Like, you run into a building, there's an elevator waiting for you. It just happened to be there. It's perfect timing. And I just love this idea of, like you use this and then you run through a city and just like all the people part in the right ways, or you can, to escape, you can just like slide under the perfectly placed cart. And I don't know, I just love that idea.
An RPG skinned Groundhog Day could be Bill Murray's character just trying to gather the material components to cast Synchronicity once.
Synchronicity?
Yeah. And that's how he gets out of the time loop. Yeah.
Ooh, I love it.
That kind of stuff is super fun. Yeah. Good spell. What's your number 5, Sandra?
This is a bit of a amalgamation, which is kind of hilarious because that's
is that the name of the spell? Amalgamation.
That's an awesome name for a spell.
Let's call it that.
I love it. I love it already.
It's a curse. It's more like a curse. You have pencils.
No, not again.
All right.
I think for 5e, it's mold, earth, shape, water. It's like basically like elemental, like bending,
Play-Doh.
things like that. So it's obvious what you could use this for in combat. Make a pillar of earth come up from under somebody and surprise them.
Surprise!
I'm surprised you're dead.
There's no war in Bang Sing Se.
But just for me, it came. I was kind of like imagining what downtime looks like. Like, what would you be doing if you could like play with the elements? Like, what would you be crafting? Like, what would you be making for a gift for somebody because they're down and it's their birthday?
Pet rock.
Yeah, I made this rock for you.
Man, you got earth bending powers, and this is what you give me for Christmas every year. You suck, dude.
Well, yeah. But like again, I think most of you can see the theme that RP's central to what you can do outside of combat with these things. Yeah, and of course, then I don't know why this was on my mind, but somebody sang the "I Made You Out of Clay" dreidel song. So that's what jumped to mind with this. With the
clay bending.
Clay bending.
Why did you choose like earth bending over say like water or like of like the sort of like the elements? Why earth out of all of them?
You know what? maybe it just goes back to like my jeweler roots. It was just the concept that of all like the elemental kind of like effects that you could do. That's the one that's tangibly you could touch it. It felt like a true crafter kind of medium. And I'm sure that there's other ways to take fire to do, and do similar things, but just for some reason when I was making this list, that like I just homed in on that.
I think earth and like vegetation maybe are the only ones that you can actually keep around for a while, right?
Yeah, it'd be a terrible gift if it just despawned in 24 hours.
Watching people make glass is fascinating to me, right? How like it's all liquidy and like this is so cool. All right, number 4.
You're at number 4.
Yeah, my number 4 is Reality Break / Dream of the Blue Veil. It's basically just making your opponents just feel like, or your party just think that they're crazy.
Yeah.
So basically what I try to do to listeners every episode.
It's happening right now.
If it's working, put it in the comments.
Yeah. Anytime you could use like a star wipe or something like that, like to like edit from scene to scene, like cast a reality break and then star wipe across to the next scene. Like, and now we're in the Yellow Submarine movie for some reason. With the Beatles.
You're talking about the Beatles.
That was actually pretty good.
My number 4. This is again for more nostalgic reasons, and I just thought it was kind of funny. Is I made a spell called Untie Shoelaces.
You jerk!
It's just a cantrip, right? It's very simple, and all it can do is just untie shoelaces.
Nice.
And
can it break like a flip flop as well? Like, can it break a flip flop?
it can't destroy things. It can only undo small lace-like things. So they went into a tower, and you weren't allowed to fight each other in this tower. But there was one mage that kept on undoing all their shoelaces, and they got so pissed at this mage. So when they finally got outside, they killed him. They killed him for undoing their shoelaces.
That's the right answer. That's the right response to the unlaced shoe wizard.
Because he just kept on doing it, and they're just like, oh, this guy, stop.
You have a bunch of murder hobos in your party.
No. He truly deserved it though. He
it's
was
a great
not
spell.
a good guy.
What?
So
you said this was like a nostalgic one for you from like your youth. So were you like the kid that was always like, "Hey guys, wait a second, I gotta tie my shoes."
No.
And like everyone's like, "Come on, Chris."
No. Nostalgic from our game session.
You remember bow biters?
What?
Yeah, they were like these little things for kids' shoes that like you just put them on after tying it so that they wouldn't come untied.
Yeah, for
I kind of need those right now.
Yeah, I just use Velcro shoes.
Dude, I'm sure you could 3D print some. There's got to be some plans out there for bow biters.
I have rounded laces, and it's driving me crazy. I gotta buy flat laces.
Sandra, what's your number 4? Make laces round spell.
Mine is create bow biters. Modify memory.
Dangerous.
This one is this also has a little bit near and dear to my heart because I play a character.
The wine spell.
Yes, wine and Xanax spell.
Teleport.
I call this one suburbia.
I call this one brownouts in suburbia. Yeah.
So the intention is to modify somebody else's memory, like make them forget that they saw you or just disorient them or whatever, right? But in a previous campaign, we play with, the more you use magic, the more like you have some kind of like a kickback effect for overuse. And my character's was that she'd lose memory. Playing with both what she loses and the threat of losing more, and what does that do to you as a person, really kind of like makes me respect that spell much more if you're doing it to somebody else, and also what you could do to them. Like what memories you choose to make them forget especially if you do something that's a little sinister, a little bit unexpected, but it can chain react to a lot of dysfunction for that poor NPC
Yeah.
or PC. So yeah, modify memory I feel like is very underused outside of like political intrigue and skullduggery and things. I think you could absolutely drive somebody to absolute madness or change their personality for a time.
Yeah. All right. Moving into our top three. My number three is, again, moving over to a pocket dimension, but this one particularly strikes me as interesting for the fact that the dimension is the name of the spell, which is Maze.
Oh.
That is pretty cool. It's a real late level. It's like an 8th level spell,
Yep.
I believe, and it's just like poof, you're in a labyrinth now, and it's just like what?
It's crazy.
Whole new. It's kind
It's
of cool.
crazy.
And I think that could be really fun if you're playing that. You're chasing this wizard, and he totally David Bowie's you, and you ended up in a whole labyrinth, and then you got to get. Now that's like it really puts a left turn on the session. It could be a spell that really annoys players, but if handled by the right villain or in the right situation, it could be pretty awesome. So Maze.
The thing is, though, when I hear you talking about that, I think you probably go full in, because I think in normal rules, all they need to do is just make a proper intelligence check, and then they pop out, right? It sounds like you're actually putting them in a maze.
Yeah, I love a maze. I love a maze. Like, and even as a kid, like doing mazes, that shit was fun.
What you could do is you could actually give them a proper maze, and they can't do anything until they finish that maze.
There is a game mechanic in the board game Captain Sonar where whenever you surface as the submarine, all of the players have to kind of complete this maze. Basically, they got to do like an outline of the ship, but if they cover over, if they cross any of their line touches any of the lines of the maze, then you got to do it all over again, kind of thing.
Oh my god!
And you can't really submerge until you finished it, but it's sort of like a cat and mouse U-boat game kind of thing, which is pretty fun. And speaking of mazes, when I was a kid loving mazes, just me in my room by myself.
My buddy.
with a decapitated my buddy nearby. They'd have these like library fairs where like you just go into the library, and now, surprise, all the tables in the library are now books that you could buy, right? And there was a book called like Amazing Mazes.
Oh, that name. How did they get that name?
Right? And it was like all these
Genius.
like 3D mazes that like you had to like follow with your eyes. Oh, we went behind the tree now. But as a kid, like it blew my mind, man. I was like, this is amazing. Mazes are not just 2D.
Whoa! The future is now.
The future is now. Yeah, my number 3, Maze.
Maze.
That's amazing.
What's your number 3,
Maze.
Chris?
All right, number 3 comes from Daggerheart. It's a spell called Copycat. And I like this because it's fairly flexible. Now, I don't know the system that well, so I really got the gist of it. But basically, once per long rest, you can use the spell and copy any feature from any other of your party members.
Oh.
Which I think that's really neat, because that, you need to know what your party members can do as well in order to use this, right? And I think it just gives...
I know you are, but what am I spell?
I know you are, but what am I? A garbage man.
Yeah, I know you are, but what am I?
Takes one to know one.
Yeah, no, stop repeating yourself. I'm not repeating yourself. I'm not repeating you. No, you're repeating like because damn it, you just copycat spell.
But yeah, the strength of the spell.
There's a name of the episode right there. Shoelace Wizard, another favorite spells of the 3RPG podcast.
Yeah, the strength of the spell is knowing other people's loadout, what they can do, what they're capable of. And I think that's kind of neat. It does, bring everyone together and work as a proper team. And yeah, it's very versatile.
Like this, the kind of like the one strength wizard cast, and all of a sudden they're like,
yeah, that's kind of the idea too, right? They can actually do something of equal level to the other person just the one time, or just like a handful of times.
It's like when the Scarecrow receives a diploma at the end of the Wizard of Oz. All of a sudden, he then recites like the theory of relativity or whatever he does. Instant spell increase when you
Yeah. All right.
when you level up in front of a girl from the Midwest.
Wow.
Dorothy.
Wow.
All right, what's your number 3, Sandra?
So I'm assuming we're going to be hitting some duplicates just in different orders. So mine, I kept it pretty system agnostic. So I called it any kind of body doubling. And also because I'd played a character that could do this, where you'd create a copy of yourself, and as she got more and more control over making this copy, which would just be used to distract or make it look like, you know, she was somewhere where she wasn't, so she could sneak up on the person. But with time, she was able to switch positions with the body double and fight that way, back and forth, sacrifice it if it was just like one of those, like, you know, you got to get out of a situation and you let it die. She would feel the pain of it as she zipped back to the original version, things like that. So being able to fight like on that kind of a level was something I would love to do again. It was just brain burner.
Yeah, it was like, well, you had to really kind of like you had to imagine yourself in 2 places at once and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's why Mirror Image is sort of on my list as well. I was thinking about that character, but this is why it was so hard just to choose spells from 5e, because the thing that I liked about that spell was the fact that like your character started to like not wonder which one was the real you and the other, and then we got to play with that with the other people at the table, where I would send you a note and say, well, that was the real you. And then they'd watch the mirror get killed. And they'd be like, whoa! And like, oh, they didn't know that you had cast it earlier on. And you were safe in another room. And you played like Prisoner's Dilemma kind of paradoxes with it. And it's just really fun stuff. Yeah, you could. Yeah.
They even had some suspicions at time. So it was like pretty interesting that they're like, are we really talking to the right person? And like, how does this magic actually work? And stuff like that. Yeah. So... yeah, any chance you have to just throw yourself at another copy, do it.
Awesome choice. My number 2 is called Abi-Dalzim's Horrid Wilting, and the reason why I picked it was because of basically what was your create water spell. It's specifically for drawing all the moisture out of a creature.
Yep.
You know, and like turning them into dust. What movie am I thinking about that did this? Where it was just like, Batman, the movie, the camp 60s one. That was like the Joker's plan. He turned everybody into dust. And like all around town, they was just turned into these piles of dust, but they could be reanimated with just like a droplet of water. Bloop, and they come back and the commissioner's back, and bloop, commissioner's back. It's hilarious. I didn't like the Batman show as a kid because I didn't quite understand what camp was, but as an adult, those episodes are like the best thing since sliced bread, man. So fun, yeah. So rather than retreading created water, Chris, what's your number 2?
All right. It was a toss-up between grease and heat metal, right? I love the tactical function with this, right? Like, you know, you can use it in so many different ways. You can heat the sword up, you can heat up, you know, their armor, and they have to like take it off quickly. There's so many things you can do with that. And also with grease, you know, slipping out of enemies' ways, maybe toss something and have it slide across the ground because the ground is greased. Just, there's so many uses for it. And it's underutilized, I think.
They need a wizard on the G.I. Joe team. When going against like Cobra Commander, who's just got like this metal head.
Not again.
Smash cut to them with his head, and they're frying an egg on it, or whatever. You didn't have to go that far.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very good one. I'm glad you put it on there. So the ttrpg podcast recommends Grease.
Go Grease Lightning.
Beauty school dropout. Go back to high school. Great song. Sandra, what's your number 2?
Number 2.
Okay. Again, a bit of a, you know, depending on your system, charm, mind control, magic jar. We kind of touched on that again, but there's so much more creativity to be done past just like this is not the drones you're looking for kind of thing. With the extra that I think it'd be super interesting if instead of just fully dominating somebody's mind, your mind switch. So you have to like have your party guard your body when the person you're controlling gets control of your body. Things like that. There's a lot you can do if you just sort of like bend the rules of the current system that you're in, to do a little bit more exploration, a little more like what does this person's body feel like and things like that. So don't need to beat it down too much more. Just just really lean into it hard.
Why did like a Freaky Friday situation pop into my head there for some reason?
No, that's pretty. That works. That works.
Yep.
So-
Or like the ashtray is actually Granddad who's alive in the ashtray, or his spirit is in there. He can't talk or anything, but it is him. Yeah.
So I've always kind of wanted to do something like kind of like a body swap thing where two players, they have to give each other their character sheets and try to figure it out. And it's kind of like that kind of confusion that you would have, and you give them like, it's your turn, you have like 20 seconds or like 15 seconds to do something, and they have to like frantically like, what can I do with this character? And if they can't do anything, then that's their turn, right?
Yeah.
They have to figure it out in that
Magic Funhouse,
sort of
one room where everyone just switches, and then every round you got to switch the character sheets to the person to your left or something like that. Really fun meta stuff. You can play with that. Moving on to our number ones, right?
Number one.
My number one. I have a feeling that Chris is gonna hate this one.
Oh
And
no! Okay,
it's not the one that you think of, because I know you hate that spell. Which we'll save that for the hate list, which is all of the mail that we're gonna receive from my humor on this episode. My number one is Time Stop.
Nice.
And the scene that comes to mind is the iconic moment from like Days of Future Past, where Quicksilver like just stops the room, and like this is the best that any character that has like super speed has been done in a movie or since. They've tried to do it in like the Flash movie, not as good, but that scene is excellent.
With the babies,
I know. I like the idea of it, but yeah, that's how simple it is. And then it's not like he's stopping time, but he's just so fast that time is moving super slow.
Yep.
I can't even imagine how wound up that tape is that he plays in the tape deck to make the song play at the speed that he's moving. But it's awesome, and I want to do that more in role-playing games because it's super fun. So that's my number one. And pretty much it was a toss-up between anything that had to do with time in general, because that is super fun and scary.
I'll tell you right now, I don't hate that spell. I just don't know how to use it, because like I don't know what the ramifications for using such a spell like that would have, and it's just I need to really sit down and think about it like for a good long amount of time.
Yeah.
Like how this can be used, because
I have a character that's still alive that pops in and out for parts of the campaign, and she has some kind of like augment time ability, and I feel like that's probably been the most like cohesion I've had to have with Jay to keep it fair and to keep it on track, to not break lore, like, and this goes for any kind of a franchise that uses time. There are so many like guardrails you need to put in so that you don't break the story. That I love playing with time, but you do a lot more work to keep it on track.
I have time travel in my game, and I introduced Sandra to who would eventually become her future son as an old man, who she would send back in time, only to then meet her later and all that. They didn't know that she didn't even know that she was going to get pregnant in the game until way later on. But it just became one of those things that, like, I didn't know she was going to either. But I just set up this character that was like a stuck out of time character, that things just worked out really nicely that way. But Time Stop.
Time Stop.
And not Time Cop, which is like an old game where you step on a pedal or where you're gonna eventually lose after a certain amount of time, no matter how good you are at the game, because they need your quarters. Like those games, man. Like, what is it? What does it
Man.
require? $20 to actually beat the game?
Is
much,
it?
Even if
Does
they
it?
played it perfect.
Oh,
I think
that's
someone figured. I think
ridiculous.
someone figured it out. It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
All right, Chris. What is your number one?
Number one. My favorite spell is Permanency.
Mm.
And that's for me, it's a DM usefulness. That's why I chose this. So for me, a spell that makes any spell permanent, it gives me the permissibility and legitimacy to go wild for world building. You can have ever-flowing fountains because of this. You can have magical traps that will spit fireballs centuries after they were built. There's a give reason for golems to detect invisible adventurers. You can create strange environmental effects and unique items and abilities because of this spell. Basically,
You can have me, Steve, who's here in the background of every episode. I've been alive permanently since episode
Immortal
1.
Steve.
Yeah.
I've been quiet up until this point, but now I'm going to be in every epised. Permanent.
thank you, Permanency.
Permanent Steve.
So is Steve a trap?
It all
Permanent
depends on where
Steve.
you're coming from. Permanent Steve.
I'm not leaving.
No, my God. Let's go.
But yeah, basically it just allows me to justify all of my crazier designs and kind of like rule rationalize fallback for, just because I can world building freedom. That's why I like it.
Okay. That's been a running
Nice.
theme for all of our lists. I think, we love our storytelling. All right, Sandra, bring us on home. What is your number one?
Number one.
Okay. My number one is Dream. It's mind control, it's charm, it's whatever, but with a specific boundary. And specifically why I love this. Not only can you go from fantasy to horror real fast with it, depending on what you want to implant, or what you want them to see, think, whatever. Again, it changes, it could change their whole course of their life if you give them a prophecy. And the more you know about the person you're impacting, the worse you can mess up their life.
Like
So, for
Inception,
me-
the spell.
Oh, exactly. And the reason why I love this in particular is because it pushes you to define the morals of your character. How far are you willing to go to mess with somebody's mind to achieve your objective? Because dreams, man,
Yeah.
no matter how scientific and logic minded you are, you have just that right dream and it just sets you on a certain course,
And
right?
then they think that they thought it, even though you did it in the background.
Exactly.
I mean, it's definitely on the chaotic side of the kind of the moral spectrum in a way. But if you're going to choose like flight or invisibility, what's the superpower that you're going to choose? You choose a little bit of you choose dream, and you go in for a job interview, and you say no, you're going to give me the job now, and they're like, yeah, I saw you in a dream. I'm going to give you the job.
Yeah, don't I know you from somewhere? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nefarious, and I think everybody should play with it at least once.
Well, as it is not only but a thing that we do in RPG, but it is also something that we do on occasion, or pretty much every night when we fall asleep, though we don't remember them all. And sleep, as we all know, is just a preparation for death.
What the?
I know.
Wait, hold on. Whoa. We did not discuss this beforehand.
What just happened?
Sleep is preparation for death?
Somebody, I don't know where I read this, but this is the worst thing I ever read about sleep. This is why we sleep, because you're basically non-existent for 8 hours every day, and because you wake up but you don't think of anything of it. And there's huge chunks of those hours where you're just you can't say when you wake up and you talk about your dreams that you can't tell an 8-hour story of all the things that you did in the dream, right? So in a way, it's you getting used to non-existence, and you do it every night because then when you take that final sleep, it's forever. And that's an episode of the 3RPG podcast. Smash that like and subscribe button. Well, before we shuffle off this mortal coil, that'll be another episode of the 3RPG podcast. My name's Jandwin.
And I'm Chris.
I'm Sandra Rosner.
See you next week, maybe.
Ooh.
Certainly.
Ciao.
Moment of silence before the end. I don't think I'm not even gonna put the ending music on the end of this one. Just be silent. let people stew in their like as they're driving to work.
So our number one spell is existential crisis. The 3RPG podcast is produced and performed by Sandra Rosner, Chris Takasaki, and Jay Underwood. Music and audio editing, mixed, and master is done by Jay Underwood, art by Chris Takasaki. If you'd like to be a guest on the show or have any questions, please email us at 3rpgpodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to support the 3RPG podcast, please visit our Patreon or visit our website at www.3rpg